Hi friends and fellow earth angels, it's Gladys and welcome back to another one of my weekly Sunday card readings. And this spread will finish out December 2019 from the 29th, and it will begin the brand new decade, a brand new year through January 4th. So welcome back. One of the messages or the words that I keep seeing for this week is support. I am bringing back the angelic energy. I thought it was perfect to end and begin a new year with the divine angelic energy. The angels were my first love. They brought me back to the heart of the Father, God Source Creator. It was a beautiful pathway and journey back to the essence of myself. So I'm looking forward to seeing how the messages unfold for you for this week. I just keep seeing like the ending and the beginning, and there's a lot of really positive energy going into 2020, and I feel like these last couple years we have been strengthening that bond in faith and divine and love within ourself, and being a magnet for all things that are in alignment with the heart of truly who we are. So I'm going to start this reading with pulling an archangel, and then a healing message, additional message from that angel, a healing message, and then a card from the angel therapy deck. And this is again more support for you as you end this year and begin a new one. We'll get some messages from the crystal angels, and then finally we'll finish with an angel prayer over you. All right, so let me start by opening space. Welcome to all the new subscribers. Thank you to all those who have been following me along and sharing how these messages are supporting you. It's very inspiring and uplifting for me too as well. So let me start by inviting in all your guardian angels and guides, the archangels, the ascended masters, God Source, creator of the universe, and all his holy beings of light who would like to assist with this guidance for you today. And I'm going to ask that the messages that come through be for your best and highest good, and the best and highest good of all concerned. Okay, so let's tap into this week. And of course, if you're watching this anytime past this week, the message is meant for you whenever you're guided to watch. So the archangels, what archangel wants to come forth and finish out 2019 and begin 2020? What angel? Here we go. Of course, Angel Gabriel. Talk about birthing something new. So Gabriel's message says, as you nurture a child, you nurture your own inner child. Both activities are important for you right now. We've been talking a lot about action and a lot of doing. The collective has been doing a lot of purging, and one of the images that I keep getting is the birthing canal and being constricted and pushed out of something. I've been talking about this for weeks now. So how suiting that Gabriel would come up. Gabriel is the voice of God. Gabriel is the angel of communication. Gabriel is the visionary. Gabriel has been well known to come to people in times of need, times of trouble, for reassurance. And I feel like Gabriel's showing you, like, this is what you're gonna need at the beginning of the year. You've been pushed out of an intense, dense energy. And it's all been good. A lot of worries and fears, a lot of emotions have been unpacked and unraveled and released. And so going into 2020, I feel like the universe, your guides want to remind you that you're coming out into a new space. And I feel like 2020 is going to be about learning. It's like learning how to be in this new world, in this new energy. You've had a lot of awarenesses of things that you can't go back to, right? The Pandora's box has been opened for a lot of the Earth Angel Collective, meaning the old ways of doing things aren't going to work anymore. I mean, how many of you are just exhausted? You're tired of the highs and lows. You're tired of the spinning. You're tired of the arguing and the resentment and just all the battles, which I have to say have been the energy that has pushed you out to be better. You know, I always say once we realize that life is happening for us and not against us, that God is working with us and not against us, everything changes. So I feel like Gabriel's coming forth to remind you that you're being birthed right now. You're being birthed. Again, I go back to that image of the butterfly coming out of the cocoon, right? And the butterfly needs some time to readjust. You know, if you've ever seen a butterfly come out of the chrysalis, they kind of hang there for a while and they spread their wings and their wings open and close. So I really feel like this is a message to remind you not to feel like you've got to hit the ground running come January 1st. You're still going to be deciding what new energy is going to be working for you. It's going to be like a learning process. So you think about anybody who starts anything has to have a learning process. It needs to go through a learning process. And if you've ever tried to play an instrument, or you've tried to learn something new, or you've been somewhere you've never been before, if you've moved to a new state or a new town, it takes some time to get used to the new space that you're in. And so I feel like that's where Archangel Gabriel is reminding you to really go easy on yourself. You know, when that child is learning to walk for the first time, you kind of like hover around them, but they've got to figure it out, right? So they might stumble and they might fall. So patience is a word that I feel like, patience and support for your own self is what you're going to need the most as we exit 2019 and we enter 2020. So what additional message of healing do you have for the collective? Angel Gabriel, what additional message? Trust. Trust yourself. Trust in the divine. Above all, trust trust in your own abilities, trust in your own intuition. That everything is happening in divine and perfect order. I love this here. It's interesting. So I went through my sayings and I was deciding what I wanted to pick, and the good tidings of comfort and joy came out. And I feel like this is the embodiment of coming out of the womb and being wrapped up and giving yourself some rest. So we're in winter here in New England, in the Northern Hemisphere. So this is a really great time to snuggle up. It's a really great time to rest and recharge. One of the messages I'm getting to is be very mindful if you're beating yourself up, like you ate too much, or you don't feel good, or you drank too much, or you're not doing enough, be very mindful of that critic that tends to rear its ugly head this time of year, especially because, of course, all the media is talking about sickness and illness and all this stuff. So really be mindful of how you're nurturing and nourishing your soul right now. Some of you are exhausted, burnt, and Gabriel's reminding you that you're gonna need to take a few weeks as we go into the new year to rest. Trust that everything will unfold as it's supposed to. And I almost feel like I want to say nothing's going to fall apart if you give yourself some extra rest time. When you're doing things from a place of depletion, it takes you 3 and 4 times longer to get it done. So I feel like I'm speaking to a tired collective that has all ideas, is eager and excited for 2020, but you got to remember that your physical body has gone through a lot of upheaval, a lot of change. The planetary energy has gone through a lot. I mean, look at the astrological chart this year. Look at all the profound dates that came up. Now we're going into the 1-1 portal to the 11-11 portal in the midst of a solar eclipse. It's the Capricorn Cancer energy. So it's another incredible force of energy. Remember, we've been asked to individualize, and you're being asked now more than ever to check in with your intuition to see what is in alignment with your higher purpose or your higher truth. And our higher purpose and truth is not always necessarily connected to achievement and goals. I read something recently where somebody asked, a guru, what's my life purpose? And the guru responded, when you let that woman, you help that woman across the street, or when you gave that person food who was hungry, or your purpose is when you offer a kind smile to somebody who's being ornery and they're clearly in pain. So we have to remember that we're a beacon of light, and it starts with this feeling good from the inside out, filling up with light so that we radiate that, expand our light, and inspire people just by being the embodiment of the light, right? And with that becomes nurture. It becomes taking care of yourself, soothing, cherishing, nourishing your soul, and then trusting that when it's time to take action, the doors will open, things will unfold naturally. So some of you, maybe it's about leaving those old ways of trying to force and hunt and make things happen. Maybe leaving that in this 2019 energy and surrender into a life unfolding naturally as you laugh and play and sing and dance in the moment. So what angel therapy message, Gabriel, what message of angel therapy do you have? What therapeutic message, that's I guess what I'm saying, for the collective? Shield yourself. So earth angels are stepping into a beautiful transformation of light and energy. So I knew Michael was going to pop up. I actually thought Michael was going to pop up here, but it makes even more sense that it would pop up here. So this is the embodiment of what I would think Michael is. Michael is the protector. He uses his sword and shield to cut cords. And so what's going to happen is the earth angels are moving into this beautiful energy of expansion and light and creativity and manifesting and creating. But then we have another part of the world that's still breaking down old patterns and old beliefs and old ways of doing things. And it's just not our battle anymore. You guys have been through it, and those of you watching this channel, you're the teachers, you're the activators, you're the inspiration. When our light is dull and we're depleted and drained, you're not gonna want to go out and be a beacon of light in the world. You're not gonna want to be creative and amazing and activate all these incredible things and miracles that are inside of you. You're not gonna want to grow things, right? Create in the world, create money through books and classes and trainings and healings and song and music and all these beautiful gifts that you embody within. And so I feel like Michael is saying, hey, listen, we're about to shift vibrations and go higher, which can open up to the shadow. Again, it's at more of like, so the words I'm getting, and again, I don't mean this as right or wrong, good or bad. It's a vibration, and every single one of us have been in this vibration in some form or another. It's part of the awakening process. But those that may still be in that codependent energy, that save me energy, fix me, that entitlement energy, and it's there's been a lot of separation with soul groups and families and friendships, and Michael is reminding you that although you may feel like unicorns and rainbows inside, you still have to shield and protect yourself. You will still have to set boundaries, but it doesn't have to be like a war. It doesn't have to be like where you've got to be on guard, on defense. Trust in your own capabilities to feel something that's out of alignment with what's your truth and express that. No, thank you. I'm just going to opt out. Let me get back to you. This isn't going to work for me anymore. And then trust in the divine, so calling in that energy to open up other doors and opportunities for you. So the message says, protect yourself from harsh or fear-based energies by envisioning a cocoon of healing light surrounding you. So this speaks more so to those who are still tapped into the negativity and drama of TV and news and social media. There's a shadow and light in everything. So I'm not saying they're good or bad. I mean, I love social media. I love TV, and I love like knowing what's going on in the world. But I know my dosage, and I know when I have the energy to receive, and I know when it's time for me to shut it off. So Michael is saying there's still a lot of drama in the world, and again, you cannot be in that low vibrational, surrounded by that space. Being a sponge and being an empath and a highly sensitive person, you can't be that and be in that low vibrational energy too. And I have to say, God bless the people that are in that space, because they're making changes too. Things are happening. It's just not our battle, I guess. So I just pray for the people who are in that space, who are fighting, who are, making waves, and activists and stuff. I pray for them, because God bless them. It's not my journey. I think the Earth Angel Collective, we're the healers, we're the ones to comfort people, to soothe them in their pain. But remember, you've got to do that for yourself first and foremost, and shielding and protecting yourself, not because people have power and control over you, but it's your way to spiritually cleanse yourself. So I'm not saying shield and protect yourself because people can attack you and things like that. I'm saying shield and protect yourself as part of maintenance, just like you get in the shower on a regular basis to maintain a clean and healthy body. Shielding and protecting yourself as you go out into the world, because there's going to be a lot of energy flinging around, is part of a healthy spiritual practice to keep your energy clean and pure, so that you're vibrating on high levels. So that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about like, oh, I can't go out because people are this and people are that. No. We need to see it to also understand our purpose and our work on this planet. And by shielding and protect yourself, you're keeping your energy clear so that you are attracting those things that are in alignment for your best and highest good. All right, so Crystal Angel. So this deck, I want a message of support. How are the angels supporting you? When I pulled this deck out, I saw the word support. So how are the angels supporting you? Stay strong in your faith. A positive outcome is dependent on you keeping a positive mindset. Ooh, this is a toughie, because life is interesting. Stay strong in your faith. So faith is the belief in something that you can't see. The divine is something to be felt. So for example, nobody has ever seen God, but everybody sees God, in the sense where they see that energy activated through other people. So the embodiment of human is that high vibration of unconditional love. So patience is a word that I feel like is really important to remind you of right now. So things may not be unfolding exactly as you planned or wished, but keep the faith. When you have this deep inner knowing, it's like a beam of light that goes from your heart, throat, third eye, crown chakra, all the way up to Creator, and that highest vibration of unconditional love. when you have this deep inner knowing that there is a force that's working with you to be a master creator, to learn on this planet, and then also understand that challenges and obstacles and that pushing and that birthing process, that being squeezed, is all part of the human experience for us to grow and develop on deeper levels. So I feel like this is speaking to those of you who may be in a place of doubt right now. Maybe you have a lot of uncertainty and you're still not sure. Calling on the divine, trusting that things are unfolding naturally, and this is your message: to nurture yourself as if you would be nurturing your own inner child. I know, I know the inner child has a lot to say. The inner child is, the part of you that can be the most afraid. And so a lot of times, a lot of your roots in fear and worry comes from that inner child needing to be safe. So if you're still in a place of worry and fear, which I feel like is a vibration right now, if you're in that place, being able to pause and nurture your own inner child and remind him or her that you're safe, and self-soothe. This is deeper levels of self-care, feeling your feelings and having emotions without judgment or falling into the victim energy. Obviously, it is easier said than done, and it is a practice, but I feel like the divine needs you to feel all of it while staying strong in your faith. When I see this here, it says a positive outcome is dependent on you keeping a positive mindset. I'm not talking about the fluff of saying positive affirmations in your mind, in your thinking mind. You've got to feel safe and secure in your body. You've got to feel a deep sense of love. There's got to be a feeling of this higher power, this force, and it comes to you through initials on a license plate. I see GD a lot, numbers. I see 4s, which is angel numbers. I always see a ton of 8s, which is a prosperity, abundant. It's an alignment number. It's a love number. You may see it through animals. This is all part of when you're in alignment and you're seeing those things about faith. It's about like, wow, this is how the universe is showing up for me. Okay, it's like that. Those who are tapped into that feminine energy of intuition, males and females, we all have this access of this feminine energy of intuition and receptivity. When you're dialed into that, you start to see things, you start to receive more of the gift of being able to see the unseen. And this is happening all over the planet right now. People are awakening. I mean, unfortunately, I think everybody's jumping into doing readings and intuitive work for everybody else, but you have to remember, that's great, but you got to do your own inner work. I would never be where I was if I didn't have really good spiritual mentors and therapists, and it's all good. It's part of me going on deeper levels to know and understand the parts of myself that rear its ugly head or are such a divine gift and a blessing, like that wise person inside of me, that inner child inside of me, that parent, that mother, that father energy, that masculine, that beautiful masculine provider energy. We embody all these parts. And this year alone, we've been asked to get in touch with those parts. And this is how we've individualized. So many of you have done such incredible inner work. And so I feel like the universe is saying, have faith and trust in us. I want to grab the book real quick. I want to read what Dolomite is. Some reason I'm just being guided to share that. This beautiful cloud-like pearlescent stone is made of calcite and magnesium. It appears in white and gray colors, as well as the pink shown in the angel's hands on this card. Pink dolomite is a soft and calming vibration, which is particularly supportive for feminine energy and health, and including menstrual cycles. Of course, do you see how we're getting all this nurturing energy, the gift of insight, to trust in the divine, and then this protector energy, this Archangel Michael that says comes in and says, I will keep you safe in this. I keep feeling like this, you're out of the womb and you need that nurturing. It's like you can't do anything for a newborn baby can't do anything for themselves other than be in tune with what their body needs. So when their diaper needs to be changed, they cry. When they're sleepy, they cry. When they need to eat, they cry. And mamas know all the different kinds of cries, right? And so understand the universe is seeing you in this newborn space, and it's saying, let us hold you, let us comfort you, let us nurture you, let us nourish and soothe you, let us cherish you, at least for these next couple weeks. Take a time out, go into that shadow space, that winter hibernation, and go within and just check in and saying, God, what questions do I need to ask? What more do I need to know? Show me the next steps. And it really is pulling back from all the doing. Because if you are doing too much and you haven't rested, you're going to feel ornery. You're going to feel prickly. You're going to feel depleted and drained. And you're going to want to sleep. So let's finish up with an angel prayer. An angel prayer. What prayer does the divine have for the Earth Angel Collective as we finish out 2019 and we begin 2020? Ooh, I feel like this is a biggie. Let's see. Okay, let's go with this one. This is it. Trustworthy friends. Thank you, angels, for surrounding me with people I can trust and love. I mean, friends, you can't make this up. I mean, here's this trust our worthy friends. I feel like in this as well, I feel like the angels are saying, trust us. You can trust in us, that we have your back 1000%. And then also, I know many of you have done a lot of inner work in being a magnet for a healthier support system. I know a lot of your soul groups have diminished. I've heard your stories. I've sat with you. We've talked about it, especially all throughout the year in these readings. There's been a lot of adjustments, and myself included. I've talked about how, I've really deepened the bonds into my friendship. So you got some really good, trustworthy friends now. Laugh and play and sing and dance with them. Go out, give your gratitude to them. And I almost feel too that before the end of the year, one of the beautiful things that you can do is you can let people know how they've been a gift in your life. Maybe you have a conversation, or you run across somebody, or you have a chance meeting. And if you feel inspired to share with people how they've been a gift in your life and how they've helped you, I think it's so beautiful. I mean, when people tell me the gift that I have offered them, the things that I have said, it really touches my heart, because a lot of times I'm human. I'm just living my life. I'm doing my thing, and I don't always know. Not that I need to, but when I receive that, or when I'm able to offer kind words to somebody saying, you know what, I really appreciate that, and you have no idea how much that helped me. It really touched my soul to be able to give to somebody who is able to receive on such a beautiful level. It's such a beautiful exchange of energy back and forth. It's the same thing with the divine. God always has your back. He's always with you. And you're always surrounded by this high vibration of unconditional love. We're moving more into the essence of true love on this planet. And true love, in a lot of ways, starts with the self. That was a hard lesson I had to learn in 2018. I was looking for love externally. And I had an experience that was a divine awakening. And in that moment, I realized, wow, I get what true love is. True love is self-love in pulling out of unhealthy situations and putting myself first. Now, as a caregiver, as an earth angel who was very generous with time and energy and taking care of everybody else, obviously I'm such a heavy water sign, right? I've got triple cancer. I'm a triple cancer on top of my Mercury's in water, and so I'm just the mother energy. And so it took me a really long time to learn how to balance that and mother and parent myself. So in that essence, a lot of you have learned this depth of self-love. True love comes from the inside out. And from there, you attract healthy partnerships. Maybe it's romance. Maybe it's supportive people who are in alignment and on your own journey. It is pretty incredible. But we have to be willing to allow things to change and shift and move. And it's through the challenges that you have. Maybe you've had health challenges. Maybe you've had financial challenges. Maybe you've had marriage challenges. Maybe you've had work challenges with coworkers. Maybe you've had family dynamics that were unhealthy. Everybody had something that has squeezed us out of this space. No one is better than the other. And in that, we've learned so much more about ourselves. So I commend you for continuing to show up. I commend you for giving up and then coming back to this journey. Understand that the spiritual journey is a metamorphosis. It is going onto deeper levels, and with that, the more you want, the more things need to shift and change. There's the highs and lows, and so I cannot speak enough about how having trust in the divine, trustworthy friends, really great spiritual practices to keep your energy clear and high vibrating, working with the faith and nurturing yourself. I mean, this is such a beautiful gift of energy. It's the embodiment of the mother and the love energy. And really, the universe is blessing with you with good tidings of comfort and joy. Remember, the joy of the Lord is your strength. And this is what we're achieving. Happiness and, is fleeting. It comes in and out, right? With external things that fill us up. I'm happy in this moment, and then I'm sad in this moment, then I'm angry, and then I'm all the highs and lows of emotions. But the ultimate is getting to that inner peace, getting to that deep sense of joy and gratitude that no matter where you are, you'll be okay. God's got your back. Okay, so beautiful messages. I thank you so much for being with me throughout this year. I think I'm just about up to 800 subscribers for a new channel. For me, I think that's a beautiful thing. I think it's miraculous. And I love that you're subscribing, that you're sharing, and that you're commenting as well. Thank you so much for sharing and being vulnerable and opening up, sharing your gratitude and your stories on how these readings are helping and assisting. So there's going to be some changes in 2020 with it. I mean, I'll always do my Sunday reading, but I'm having plans to do extended readings. So after I finish the general read, I would probably go into extended readings, sharing more insight and giving more access to teaching through these readings. And I talked about a subscription program. I'm still looking at what that looks like and how I can keep it simple for myself and then just share more of my gifts with you with the content that I'm putting out. I've learned a lot this year and I'm excited to share with you. Thank you so much for being with me on this journey and trusting me with your time and your energy. Time is something that's very valuable, important to me, and so I really appreciate that you trust me with that. So with that, I'm going to close space by thanking all your guardian angels and guides, the archangels, the ascended masters, God, source, creator of the universe, and all his holy beings of light that assisted with these messages for you today. And I'm going to ask that any healing that was started through these messages continue for as long as it needs to be done in mind, body, spirit, and emotions in all ways. All right, friends, so if you would like to work with me and develop your spiritual journey more, there's more information about me in the description box below. If you enjoyed the cards, All the links to the cards that I use are in the description box below. And again, I love you. Thank you so much for watching. God loves you so much. Trust in the divine. Trust your intuition. And I send you love with heavenly hugs. Bye for now.